It all comes back to one truth. The league doesn't want to admit the Caitlin Clark effect was real. Without her, the WNBA can't sustain its success. For months, the league tried to convince fans and sponsors that the surge in attention was because of overall growth. They claimed it was the culmination of years of hard work in women, empowering women. But when Clark's season ended and the Fever got eliminated, the ratings and attendance plummeted overnight. It was like someone flipped a switch. The casual fans who had tuned in for Clark disappeared, the buzz evaporated, and suddenly, the WNBA was right back where it started, relevant outside of a small core of diehards. Sophie Cunningham, one of the few players unafraid to speak honestly, nailed it when she said, "Fans can't be guilt-tripped into caring. The product has to be good enough to keep people watching. You can't scold or shame your audience into showing up. You'll have to give them something worth showing up for." And right now, without Clark's magnetism, the finals simply don't have it. What made this collapse even more embarrassing is how some of the league's biggest stars reacted. After Game 2 of the finals, A'ja Wilson, arguably the face of the WNBA, had an emotional outburst in her press conference. But instead of addressing the obvious issues, like poor marketing, lackluster storytelling, or officiating controversies, she pointed fingers at Caitlin Clark's fanbase. She accused Clark supporters of abandoning the league once their favorite player was gone, as if fans were obligated to watch no matter how unexciting the product became. It was a stunning moment of deflection. Fans online were quick to call it out. They pointed out the irony of blaming the only player who actually moved the needle. Clark didn't ruin the league, she revived it. She was the reason millions of new eyes turned toward women's basketball in the first place. Instead of embracing her and building around that momentum, too many within the WNBA treated her success like a threat. They mocked her, targeted her on the court, and accused her of stealing attention from veterans. That resentment, mixed with the league's refusal to protect its biggest star from aggressive play and biased officiating, drove many new fans away for good. Let's not forget the officiating debacle that shadowed the entire season. The games were marred by inconsistent, one-sided calls that made even loyal fans question the league's integrity. During the Fever's playoff series against the Aces, the favoritism was blatant. Clark was getting hammered with no whistle, while her slightest contact drew fouls. Clips of those moments flooded social media, racking up millions of views. And yet the WNBA leadership stayed silent. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert issued the same canned lines about review processes and ongoing improvements, but fans could see through it. They saw a league unwilling to hold officials accountable, unwilling to protect the players who actually sell tickets. That silence is now coming back to haunt them. Because when the Fever's season ended, so did the excitement. The finals became a ghost town. And the fallout isn't just embarrassing, it's financially disastrous. The Players' Union is heading into collective bargaining negotiations soon, demanding better pay and benefits, which they absolutely deserve. But with these empty seats and bottomed-out TV ratings, the league's owners now have ammunition to push back. How do you argue for salary increases when your championship tickets cost less than a coffee? Advertisers are quietly pulling out. Networks are cutting back their coverage. The same corporate partners who flooded in during the Caitlin Clark boom are now hesitant to renew deals. It's not just a PR nightmare, it's an existential crisis. The league's entire narrative of growth has been exposed as smoke and mirrors. The truth is simple. It wasn't the WNBA growing, it was Caitlin Clark carrying. The humiliation isn't confined to Vegas either. When the finals shifted to Phoenix for the Mercury's home games, the situation got even worse. Upper deck seats were going for $20, lower bowl for $50, whole sections sat empty. This was supposed to be a marquee matchup between two powerhouse franchises, yet it felt like a preseason scrimmage. The energy was non-existent, the atmosphere flat, and the players looked as if they knew no one was watching. The ratings confirmed what everyone suspected. Game 1 of the finals posted the lowest viewership in over a decade, numbers so low they rivaled early season weekday games. Social media erupted with mockery. Fans compared the finals to clearance sales, posting memes about buying an entire row of seats for less than the price of a pair of Caitlin Clark sneakers. It was brutal. The same league that once prided itself on progress was now the butt of every sports joke online. What makes it tragic is that the players in this finals are genuinely talented. A'ja Wilson is putting up MVP numbers. The Mercury of seasoned veterans with championship experience. These women are world-class athletes. But talent alone doesn't sell ticket, storylines do. Personality does. Stars do. The WNBA had that in Caitlin Clark and failed to build around it. Instead of nurturing the phenomenon, they tried to dilute it. And now, the entire league is paying the price. The commissioner's tone-deaf optimism only makes things worse, while Kathy Engelbert insists the league is stronger than ever. Fans are posting photos of half-empty arenas and mocking her statements. It's like watching someone celebrate a win while standing in the middle of a fire. The disconnect between what the league says and what fans see couldn't be starker. At this point, the WNBA faces a crossroads. They can either confront reality, rebuild around their true stars, and fix the glaring problems with officiating, marketing, and storytelling, or they can keep pretending everything's fine while the product dies in front of them. The Caitlin Clark era showed the world what's possible when women's basketball captures genuine mainstream interest. Sold-out arenas, viral moments, cross-generational appeal. The league had gold in its hands and it slipped through its fingers. Now, they're left with $6 tickets, empty seats, and a mountain of denial. The harsh truth is that the WNBA without Caitlin Clark isn't thriving, it's barely surviving. The empty seats don't lie. The collapsing TV ratings don't lie. Fans have spoken, and their message is clear. They're not buying what the league is selling, so now it's your turn. Do you think the WNBA can recover from this disaster? Can the league rebuild its momentum and learn from its mistakes? Or has it already lost the one thing that made fans care? Drop your thoughts below.